Welcome to St John's for our weekly update. Today I'm in the North Aisle, standing next to one of the magnificent Stations of the Cross painted by Melville Haysom. This collection of stations never ceases to fascinate me. Haysom used a real sort of abstract style, and one of the amazing things about his collection is that if one views them in varying light levels, one notices different features. We walk the stations every Friday during Lent, 1:10 p.m. after the 12:30 p.m. Eucharist. Walking the Stations of the Cross is something that's really important to me. Firstly, it sort of reminds us that life is a journey, and that the way of the cross captures many of the aspects of our life's journey. So the stations, as we use them, finish with the resurrection, a sign of hope coming out of a really dark story, of course. But along the way, we also enter into the experience of Jesus in a really intimate way that reflects the way our life ebbs and flows. And so during this walking of the stations, there are beautiful intimate moments, such as when Veronica washes Jesus' face. There are moments of solidarity as Jesus interacts with the women of Jerusalem. And of course there are other times of desolation, like being abandoned, feeling alone, devastated, all caught up together, which is how our lives are. And so walking the stations, I find every time I walk them I get something new out of it. And it certainly helps me to understand that my life is a pilgrimage with many highs and lows. So if you've not walked the stations before, you might be able to find yourself in the cathedral one Friday during Lent. And if you can't get into the cathedral, you'll find on the Lenten page a YouTube clip of our stations and reflections that go with them. Last Friday we held the first of our series of Nocturnes for Lent. Nocturnes is a really beautiful service. If you've not been before, I really do commend it to you. A small choir offers beautiful music, and we finish with the Office of Compline. And while the choir is singing, we encourage people to move about the building, or to lie on the floor, or to sit in the choir stalls. To use this beautiful building to best effect. It's a beautiful way to finish the working week. As we look ahead, on Saturday we have our Visioning Day. It's not too late to register to come, and even if you wake up on Saturday and discover that you have some time to be with us, that would be great. The Visioning Day is the opportunity for us to share ideas that are bubbling up within us, ways in which we as a community might attend to the place in which we find ourselves. How do we better serve the city? How do we better serve our community? So if you have any idea that you would like to explore, please do come along. One of the strengths of the process we use is that ideas can be floated and explored. A group of people can have a conversation about it, and then if something emerges that looks like it could be acted upon, we can do that. But each conversation doesn't oblige those involved in it to take action. It's a way of developing relationships with one another, and also just exploring possibilities. So please do come along on Saturday and be part of that wonderful process. Then on Sunday we have the second part of our annual meeting. The papers are available on the cathedral website. Then looking into the week that follows, on Wednesday morning we have Wasting Time with God. This month we're exploring the theme of recognising the hidden Christ, particularly as we find Jesus the Christ in the homeless. So Anne Solari will be talking about her work in the homeless sector. Anne is a GP as well as being our deacon, and she'll be talking about what it's like to work amongst the homeless. The cathedral has a very significant ministry to the homeless. We provide them with blankets and safety and some food and some clothing, and so I will be joining Anne to reflect theologically on why we do what we do and what that ministry invites us to do in terms of becoming people who are interested in transformation, or actually more than interested in transformation, people who are called to be a transforming presence in the world. So I hope you'll join us either in person or on Zoom. And then on Wednesday night we have Acoustic Cathedral. Dr. Michael Knopf comes and plays some beautiful reflective music on his guitars. Once again, a bit like Nocturnes, it's a beautiful way of using this space and finding ourselves being gifted with the opportunity to reflect. So if you haven't been to the Acoustic Cathedral before, you're in for a treat if you come this month. On Thursday night we're offering a production of A Sleep of Prisoners. A Sleep of Prisoners was first produced in Brisbane 60 years ago this week. It was one of the first productions televised by the ABC in Brisbane, and to mark that occasion we're offering a performance here in the cathedral where it took place 60 years ago. So be part of a historic occasion and come to the offering of A Sleep of Prisoners on Thursday the 4th of March. You can buy your tickets, which are only $15 each, online. You'll find a link to that on the cathedral website. Then on Friday we will be observing International Women's Day here at the Cathedral Precinct. We're going to be offering lunch, and then over lunch you'll be able to go into the Darnell Room and watch the proceedings of the International Women's Day lunch, which will be televised from the Brisbane Convention Centre. As we observe International Women's Day, we recognise how far we still have to go as a society to establish equality between the sexes. So please do come to the Cathedral Precincts, enjoy lunch and watch the proceedings from Brisbane. Birthdays this week. Gwyneth Roberts has a birthday on Visioning Day, so we'll be able to celebrate her when she comes to join us, because I know she's coming to reflect on how the cathedral community might do some more in the area of domestic violence. So happy birthday, Gwyneth, and we look forward to celebrating with you. Well, that's it for this week. Thanks for joining me. Thanks for viewing these videos. Thank you for the feedback you give. And above all, thank you for your continued support of the Cathedral's ministry, through your prayers, through your financial giving, and also through the way you contribute to the ministry by caring for others. Peace be with you.